Welcome to the Daily Globe. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. In November 2025, the Philippines made global headlines by extending a $250 million loan to the European Union, a move that upends centuries-old economic roles and challenges long-held assumptions about who holds financial power in the world. This unprecedented act sent shockwaves through financial markets and diplomatic circles alike, sparking conversations from Manila to Brussels and beyond. For generations, Western nations lent to the global South. Now, an emerging economy is stepping up as a creditor to one of the world's largest blocs. The tables have turned, and the traditional narrative of financial dependence is being rewritten in real time. This isn't just about money. It's a symbol of shifting power and a new era where countries like the Philippines are shaping the global order. The loan represents a bold statement. Influence is no longer dictated solely by the West, but is now shared among rising economies. The Philippines, once reliant on aid, now offers support to Europe, forcing a rethink of what it means to be developed or developing. This reversal highlights the rapid progress made by nations once considered peripheral to global finance. It also raises important questions about the future. Will more countries follow suit? How will established powers respond to this new dynamic? The world is watching closely as these roles continue to evolve. The implications ripple through international relations, trade, and the very foundations of global finance. This single transaction could inspire a wave of similar moves, reshaping alliances and economic strategies worldwide. For Asia, Africa, and Latin America, it's a blueprint for turning growth into influence. For Europe, a wake-up call to adapt to new realities. The balance of power is shifting, and every region must find its place in this emerging landscape. As the world watches, this loan stands as a defining moment, proof that the global economy is being remade before our eyes, and that the future of finance will be shaped by a far more diverse set of voices and visions. The Philippines and the EU have long shared a partnership defined by aid, trade, and diplomatic engagement, traditionally with Europe as donor and Manila as recipient. Over the years, EU investments and trade preferences have fueled Philippine growth, but also created leverage points for Brussels on issues like human rights. Despite occasional tensions, the relationship endured, rooted in mutual benefit, but shaped by an imbalance of power. The recent loan marks a dramatic reversal. The Philippines, now economically robust, is a creditor, not just a beneficiary. This shift reflects a decade of transformation. Strong domestic consumption, a booming service sector, and prudent fiscal management. The result, a new, more equal partnership, fundamentally altering the dynamic between Manila and Brussels. Finalized in November 2025, the landmark $250 million loan from the Philippines to the European Union marks a historic moment in international cooperation. This agreement is the first of its kind between the two parties, reflecting a deepening partnership and shared commitment to global recovery efforts. The funds are specifically earmarked for Ukraine's post-war reconstruction, targeting critical infrastructure, housing, and essential public services to help communities rebuild and recover from the devastation of conflict. The loan supports the EU's reparations loan initiative, which is uniquely backed by frozen Russian assets used as collateral. This innovative financial structure aims to ensure accountability while providing much-needed resources for Ukraine's recovery. Philippine Finance Secretary Benjamin Diokno described the move as an investment in global stability, positioning the Philippines as a proactive and responsible global stakeholder and highlighting the country's growing influence in international affairs. The loan is structured as a long-term, low-interest bond with repayments directly tied to the success of leveraging Russian assets. This approach is designed to minimize risk for Philippine taxpayers, ensuring that the nation's financial interests remain protected. The central bank has confirmed that the country's reserves are robust, guaranteeing that the agreement will not compromise domestic priorities or the stability of the Philippine economy. EU member states actively sought Manila's participation, recognizing it as crucial for lending global legitimacy to the initiative and presenting a united international front in support of Ukraine. This innovative deal signals the Philippines' arrival as a sophisticated and influential player in international finance, setting a precedent for future global partnerships. The Philippines' loan is a strategic move, not mere generosity. It signals economic strength to global markets, potentially lowering future borrowing costs and attracting investment. By supporting a key trading partner's stability, Manila protects its own export markets from the fallout of European instability. The bond, backed by Russian assets, is a sophisticated investment, low financial risk, high geopolitical return. This diversifies the Philippines' international portfolio and demonstrates advanced financial acumen. The move also builds political goodwill with the EU, strengthening Manila's hand in future trade talks and negotiations. It's a masterstroke of economic diplomacy, leveraging financial capacity for long-term strategic gain. The Philippines is now positioned as a partner, not just a petitioner, in global economic affairs. Politically, the loan marks a pivotal turning point in Philippine foreign policy, signaling a decisive pivot toward greater independence and a more dynamic, multi-aligned approach to international relations. This move reflects a growing desire in Manila to chart its own course, free from the constraints of traditional alliances. By backing a European-led initiative outside Washington's orbit, Manila asserts its autonomy and diplomatic flexibility, demonstrating a willingness to engage with a broader range of global partners and diversify its strategic options. The move elevates the Philippines within ASEAN and the Indo-Pacific, positioning it as a proactive leader on global security and international law. It signals to neighbors and allies alike that the country is ready to take on a more influential role in shaping the region's future. Domestically, it's a source of national pride, proof that economic reforms are translating into global influence and recognition. For many Filipinos, this is a validation of the country's progress and a sign that their voices matter on the world stage. The loan also recalibrates Manila's relationships with China and Russia, aligning the Philippines with a rules-based international order and sending a clear, principled message on Ukraine and other global issues. It's a sophisticated act of diplomatic signaling, using finance as a tool to communicate values and principles without direct confrontation or escalation. The Philippines is no longer just a recipient of aid. It's emerging as a contributor to global solutions, actively shaping international outcomes and building a reputation as a responsible, engaged member of the world community. On the streets of Manila, the loan has sparked pride, debate, and some skepticism. Many Filipinos, especially the younger generation, see it as proof of the nation's arrival on the world stage. Yet, in rural and lower-income communities, concerns persist. Why send money abroad when domestic needs remain? The government has launched a campaign to explain that the funds come from foreign reserves, not social services, and that the move will yield long-term benefits. The debate has prompted a national conversation about the Philippines' identity and global role, maturing public discourse. While opinions differ, the discussion itself signals a more engaged, globally aware society. Analysts worldwide call the loan a masterstroke of economic statecraft. Dr. Evelyn Tan of the Singapore Institute of International Affairs hails it as textbook middle power diplomacy, achieving multiple foreign policy goals at once. Experts praise the loan's structure, low risk, high reputational gain, and likely to boost the Philippines' credit rating. Some caution that deeper involvement in European affairs could bring new diplomatic entanglements. Still, most agree the move is a model for emerging economies, fiscal discipline and strategic investment reshaping a nation's destiny. The risks are real but well calculated, far outweighed by the strategic gains. The Philippines is now seen as a blueprint for how rising powers can claim a seat at the global table. In Brussels, the Philippine loan is seen as a vital strategic win. It lends global legitimacy to the Ukraine Fund, countering claims that support is purely Western. EU leaders, including Ursula von der Leyen, have praised the Philippines as a key partner and symbol of solidarity. The loan serves as a catalyst, encouraging other non-Western nations to join and helping the EU build a broader coalition. It also marks a shift toward a more balanced, reciprocal relationship between the EU and Indo-Pacific partners. The dynamic is no longer donor to recipient, but a partnership of equals investing in each other's stability. This is the kind of modern, equitable alliance EU strategists have long sought. The Philippines' $250 million loan to the EU is a landmark event, signaling the rise of new economic powers in a multipolar world. By reversing the traditional flow of capital, Manila has turned economic strength into political and diplomatic influence. This act challenges outdated notions of first and third worlds, showing that emerging economies are now shaping the system. The move strengthens the Philippines' global standing and offers a blueprint for others to follow. It's an investment in a rules-based order, vital for all nations' security and prosperity. The world is changing, and the Philippines has taken a bold step into the future. Who will follow next?